I think just figuring out a way to kind of play with the lead a little bit better. We've kind of struggled with that this year, and I think at times everybody's pretty aware of what's happening. I mean, honestly, like, somebody had to get the rebound, and I was actually the closest.
The WNBA just dropped a statement about unacceptable behavior, but fans aren't buying it. They're saying the real problem is how the league's treating its new star, Caitlin Clark. What's really going on here? So as a rookie, Clark is killing it, right? However, this tale is not over yet. Regarding Clark's future, one of the WNBA's brightest stars had some words to say. Fans are now asking, who is actually in for a reality check in this situation? Speaking of WNBA legend Diana Taurasi, she dropped a bombshell even before Clark took the court. She stated that Clark would have to deal with reality in the professional world.
BG, the rest of them are old. They've lived long enough. We have a lot to be grateful for and thankful for because of Sue.
She seemed to be attempting to play the part of the sage-old master, warning the young hero that they weren't ready. The problem is that Clark was not made aware of the memo. Know what's absurd? Clark is not only keeping up, but outperforming everyone. Her numbers are making people mumble MVP to themselves. She's averaging 18 points and 6 assists in her first 10 games. That's beneficial for everyone, not just beginners.
Games we lose soak in the games we win is because I feel like I was just a freshman. You can probably say the same as
group, and I'm really thankful for these fans. It's been a fun season inside here, and hopefully we can bring the playoffs back here for a few times for them as well.
The Phoenix Mercury Taurasi squad, in the meantime, they are really having difficulty. It appears as though Clark changed the meaning of the term reality check altogether. Taurasi and her team are being tutored by the youngster rather than Clark having to face reality. But hold on, things get weirder yet. Not only is Clark playing brilliantly, but she's also altering the rules. All of a sudden, everyone is talking about the WNBA. The crowds are larger and TV ratings are higher. It seemed as though Clark dispersed her college magic around the league. Do you know what the most absurd aspect is? This is only the start. In the WNBA, Clark isn't just making it, she's thriving. Her passes leave you wondering, how did she even see that? Defenders are shaking their heads in response to her three-pointers.
when Kels was able, or Lexi kind of bobbled the pass and then got an and one. No, I think it's something, me going into this year, is I just don't want to live with any regret.
And for a novice, she's handling it all with an unbelievable level of confidence. The thing is, Taurasi attempted to play the antagonist, but Clark is using it as an opportunity to tell her own origin narrative as a superhero. She is exceeding expectations, surpassing them by a wide margin. Additionally, she seems to be saying, reality check, each time she comes onto the court. Right now, I am reality. Indeed, Clark has been doing fantastically. The problem is that her success is creating a lot of drama. After the league released a statement, Clark's supporters are preparing for a riot.
Threes in the first half that like you usually make, so that's tough, but I felt like
Once you see the ball go through the basket a little bit, like I still had a few in and outs, I'm like, man, how's it not going in? But
what could turn devoted fans into WNBA fans so quickly? During a recent Indiana Fever game, it all began. Making plays left and right, Clark was illuminating the scoreboard while going about her business. However, an odd event occurred. As if they were allergic to Clark, the referees began to call fouls on her. A complete swarm of whistles was heard, not just one or two. Supporters were going crazy. What they were witnessing seemed unbelievable to them. It was similar like watching your favorite superhero movie, only that mid-fight the rules changed, giving the bad guys the upper hand. The question, what's going on with these calls to Taurasi, was being asked by everyone as social media went crazy and people in the stands started yelling.
definitely gave us some confidence and allowed us to kind of settle in and finish out the game, but I think just I don't know if I'm going to stay, I don't know if I'm going to go.
Yep.
This is where things start to go crazy. The WNBA chooses to intervene, but not in the manner you might anticipate. Rather than confronting the officiating, they make this shocking claim regarding unacceptable behavior. They are discussing issues such as fans becoming overly boisterous and breaching boundaries. The worst part is that many took this as a direct jab at Clark's fan base. You are aware of what transpired next. The admirers of Clark went from being irate to being furious. They believed that by sticking up for their girl, the league was attempting to quiet them. The WNBA is dealing with a horde of irate fans, as if they unintentionally disturbed a hornet's nest. These days, it's not just about one game or one group of calls. The entire controversy has revolved around the way the league handles its biggest new star. Riders or die.
Yeah, I'm super excited for him. Obviously his basketball knowledge is pretty good, and
we knew when to push the ball in transition, we knew when to pull it out. So I'm just proud of this group. I thought we battled.
Clark's supporters are not going to back down. They're expressing their dissatisfaction on social media by posting a lot of content and criticizing the league. The truly bizarre part is that this might be just what the WNBA needs. Consider it, when was the last time that the league's happenings held such great significance for people? Clark is altering not only the way players compete on the court, but also the way spectators engage with the entire sport. In addition to attracting new admirers, the excitement is also generating a great deal of turmoil. The fervor of Clark's followers is actually getting in the way of her. Can you imagine being so loved by your fans that it may potentially harm your career? That's precisely what Clark is going through at the moment.
Up for us, and they make a lot of noise. Like, they're into it. They're not just sitting there. Like, they're invested in this basketball.
So, I mean, if anybody deserves this, it's definitely Kels. Like, she comes in and works so hard. She's always been...
The WNBA career of Caitlin Clark has been nothing short of spectacular. She has been making defenders look foolish, lighting up scoreboards, and throwing out assists like candy. The problem is that her success is posing an entirely new set of difficulties off the court. As they say, there's such a thing as too much of a good thing.
And it's different from being a pro. Obviously, I haven't lived that, but you just kind of know that from watching the WNBA. I'm a big fan, and us, because we struggle to get stops at times, but also like the clock getting messed up.
That's what Clark's fan base is testing though. These supporters are all in or out of the game. They pack the stands, post Clark related items on social media, and stand up for her as though she were a member of their own family. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? However, it's not that easy. WNBA player Renee Montgomery recently chastised Clark's supporters for going too far. Some of them, according to her, are going too far in their support and are breaching boundaries. It appears as though they are making an effort to shield Clark from criticism, even when it is only inherent in the game. Clark is currently enmeshed in this absurd circumstance. She has ardent admirers who will stop at nothing to support her on the one hand.
For sure. I mean, this is somebody that's been with this organization for how many years? 6 or 7? 7?
The final seconds, how'd this team do it?
Yeah, I thought we could have executed a little bit better there at the end. Like, we got that 8-point lead, and then I had a few turnovers.
On the other hand, as a result of all this drama, she is beginning to receive criticism from the league and other players. How is she meant to respond to that? It's like trying to make everyone happy at a family reunion where there are arguments among half of the relatives. However, this goes beyond Clark alone. This incident is making the whole WNBA uncomfortable. Here's a shocking statistic. 80% of fans reportedly feel very disappointed with the way things are progressing. That is a very big amount. The league seems to have tripped over a landmine.
Coaching us, talking to us, and especially for myself as a rookie coming in here, like, she was always a very positive voice in there and very supportive.
It's great for our league. It's great for every team that gets to come and play here. I think we've had a lot of great battles, and they've helped.
And is now attempting to diffuse the situation without exacerbating it. Clark finds herself in a peculiar situation where she is drawing a lot of attention to the WNBA, but also has to be cautious not to offend the league or the other players. She seems to be balancing between being a team player and a superstar, as if she were walking a tightrope. There's more at stake here than simply hoops. The modern definition of a sports hero is evolving. It's a whole new world of fame for athletes like Clark to manage, what with social media and rapid reactions to everything. These days, it comes down to how you conduct everything off the court as much as what you do on it. What it means to be a rising legend is being redefined by Clark's path. She has to contend with expectations, crowd pressure, and league politics in addition to her opponents on the court. Depending on how she handles everything, she can become seen as a passing fad or as a legitimate WNBA icon.